Yo, here we are. We're at JJ's, you know what I'm saying? It's the Corner Podcast. I told y'all we was gonna do it again. This is for you, Fort Worth, for the West Side, the best side. This is how we get down. It's a Monday night. Hey, I'm ready. I'm amped up. Energy today, yo. We out here today, yo. We out here. I hope y'all, hey, I hope you gonna enjoy this. Just enjoy doing it. We're just bringing you some entertainment, some let's go. Hey, I got to shout out to my cousin Chris for the beat. He did that thing for me. He did.
I like it.
But again, this is the Corner Podcast. You can catch us on Spotify at the Corner Podcast. You can also catch me at my Instagram page, The Corner. Follow me, yo. Facebook, I'm Gary C. And that's all it is. Like I said, we're still working on some things and getting some things icy, but we're gonna do what we do.
It's only up.
Let's go. We are. I want to shout out to we are at JJ Dakotas here on Camp Bowie. And honestly, what we got going on tonight, man, it's just free pool, man. It's just people playing. It's just people practicing, people getting better,
$10 pool.
$10 pool,
$10 unlimited
it's
pool.
Mondays. It's $10 unlimited. I can't even speak right now, yo. The specials right now. They got 350 wells.
That's a good deal.
So I don't know how well you feel.
You might feel well after a few.
We want to just acknowledge that Mondays is normally an APA night, normally a two-foul night. Two-foul is getting ready to get kicked off again. They got a captain's meeting elsewhere. But
because it's Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day, man. Let's pay respect to ones that have fallen at sacrifice for us. And I would be remiss not to acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
But if you right now, if you see this light skinned brother next to me, it's one of my good friends, one of my good pals, one of my teammates, one of my brothers in this thing. We got Yvonne, yo.
What's going on, Gary?
Yvonne, yo,
Happy
man.
to be here with you, brother. Happy to be here with
I've been trying to get this, like when this whole thing started, it kind of started off on conversations like you and I would have.
Because we would have plenty.
Yeah.
All about pool. Not all of it about pool, but I mean, when it came down to talking about pool and, of course, other things as well, we would be heavily opinionated on this.
Very opinionated.
Whether we're polar, whether we're on the same end of it all, it was still a good conversation.
It was.
It was still a good conversation.
And so having you on here, brother, like I said, man, I'm making a plea right now that you find yourself a regular attendant here on the corner, bro. I gotta get you.
I would love to.
I'm getting shirts, yo. Merch is coming soon.
You know I'm gonna be rocking it.
Yes, he is.
And the support.
And the merch is not for me to profit. The merch, if you want to buy something to contribute, it's gonna go to local charities around here, like West Fort Worth Center of Hope, the Dash Network. A lot of partners in the community that's doing things. Like I said, I'm doing this for the West Side, man. I want to build my community up. I'm a part of this community, but just pool happens to be.
Pool happens to be the hobby.
Pool happens to be the hobby, yo. So, man, look, I need you to tell the people some stuff about you, like just how you got in the pool, how many nights you played, skill level, the whole nine, yo. Like the floor is yours, see?
All right. Well, my name is Yvonne.
Yes, sir.
In the app, especially in the Tarrant County app, better known as Papa Vaughn.
I refuse to call him that.
It's all right. My children call me that. You're not my children. You're my brother.
Exactly.
I'm a 5'5",
I mean, on the video, you said you was your favorite 5'5". You're everybody's favorite
I wouldn't
5'5".
say everybody's favorite. Don't nobody want to play me as a 5'5". I'll tell you that right now. That
Whoa,
38 come
whoa,
real quick.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Shots fired, baby. Let's go.
That
Shots
38
fired.
and 9 ball come real quick.
Let's go.
That 38 ball count come real quick. Them 4 games of 8 ball,
Oh yeah.
blinking it's done. Don't let me snap that.
Hey, this boy, my guy will give you, he gonna give you the smoke, and he don't run from it neither,
We're
yo.
gonna have fun at the end of the day. I love a challenge, and if you can't bring that, I mean, hopefully I teach you a little bit of something. I'm still learning as I go. I'm still learning as I go. But yeah, I've been shooting for APA. I took a little break, but I started in 2023, 22 at the end of the year, I think, something around that area.
What'd you take a break for? Just, I'm in your
It
business.
just wasn't even
Okay.
wasn't a specific reason. I was really only on one team at the time, and that was
Okay.
with one of my captains, Big Rick.
Yeah.
He shoots out of the Horny Toad on
Shout out
Tuesday
to
nights.
Horny Toad,
Shouts
another.
out to the Horny Toad. That's where I work
Hey.
at as well.
I hope to broadcast from there someday, man.
Oh, we're gonna make it happen.
I'm trying to figure
We're gonna
it
make it
out.
happen.
We're trying to figure it out.
JJ's is home for the corner,
JJ's is the corner.
100%. But if you decide to venture out, we right across the highway.
Yeah.
But shouts out JJ's. We
Shouts
love
out,
JJ's.
baby.
One of the best pool halls on this side of town.
Yes, sir.
Hands down. Hands down.
Hands down. Let's go.
But yeah, so I started off 2022, ended up taking a little break, and ended up coming back, and I came back on the team that you were on, actually, on Wednesdays
Oh yeah.
with Joseph.
Yeah.
And I think that was 2023, and I mean, man,
That's when
at
you
the
got
time,
back.
That's when I got back.
Like you had a fire. Like when we got on the team together, you had like a different fire about you, bro.
I was
You
ready, man.
different.
I was ready because my first session with Rick, somehow, some way, we all were on the same page, and it just worked out. And we made it to Tri-Cups. We made it to World Qualifiers. We made it to the Hawaii tournament, which is a invitational tournament for 8 ball only. We landed first place with a bunch of brand new players to APA. We ended up moving up pretty quick in a sense, and we still made it work. We ended up going to sudden death that year for that Hawaii Invitational, and we lost that one 8 ball match that would have taken 8 of us to Hawaii. And it's a live and learn situation. But man, was I ready to be in Hawaii.
We ain't gonna give them too much sauce right now. Right now. Hey, but tell the people, like, so what people don't know about Vaughn, man. Vaughn is a West Side, almost a staple, bro.
I wouldn't say.
Bro, you're like known for the crazy shirts you wear at the APA when they get to snapping photos. They're like, hey, what T-shirt does Vaughn have?
Yeah. I've got a couple of shirts that I shouldn't sit here and quote.
I mean,
some may say something on the front, some may say something on the back. I've actually got a team that's named after one of my shirts. It's
like, who does
the
that?
acronym is DBSC, and we're gonna say that it stands for Don't Bully Small Children, because you should never go and do that.
I mean, I play for a team that's FAFO, and we say find a friend outside. I mean, you fix it up.
Fix it up a little bit.
But it's all in fun, though.
It's all in fun. That's all APA is about. It's about learning. It's about fun. It's about networking, getting to know people. Had it not been for pool, I wouldn't know Gary.
Yes.
I really wouldn't know Gary.
Bro, I would not know this dude. I would just be like, yo, I'm not fooling with this.
There's a whole bunch of people that I would not know.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of folk that are on my on my Facebook.
And Tree walking up out of here. I see them dudes, man. Shout out. What's up, bro? Get it.
But yeah, I've got a bunch of folk on my Facebook.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I want to say just about a quarter of the percentage of the people that I have on my Facebook is all from pool.
I mean,
So,
and that's kind of what this whole
community,
thing.
man.
This is how it started, bro. I was chilling up here, started playing pool, and got in the APA, and then I was like, it's a whole community.
It really is.
We can go anywhere, and it amazes me of how many people know who you are,
Mhm.
how many people that you can relate to that you would not normally even, like you said, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't be chopping it up like this right now.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, it's a testament to that. And like, I'm not trying to, like my son say, I ain't glazing nobody. That's what my boy say. He's 14, about to be 15. Shout out.
Shouts out Lane.
Shouts out Lane. Yo, we gotta shout him out. But like, he keep me young. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it ain't that I'm trying to highlight just one particular league or another. It's just this whole pool playing experience.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's
Because
is as I like to say, especially whenever I get frustrated, because pool ain't all smiles and whatnot.
it
And
is,
if you know me in person, you know me personally, I'm really not smiling like this right now.
bro. You know how many
I got
times
the
I've
face.
heard people say, "What's wrong with Vaughn?" I'm like, nothing.
Nothing wrong with him. That's his happy face. But there's times whenever I'm like, man, APA is the biggest pyramid scheme I have ever, blah blah blah. But that's just me being negative because I went and lost one that I felt like I shouldn't have lost. Things happen, things happen. But there's a whole lot of positivity to the league in its sense,
Right.
in itself. I'm sorry. There's a whole lot of positivity to the league in itself, and that's not just that league. There's plenty of other leagues that are around as well.
It is.
Like you had mentioned with the two foul league.
Yeah.
I actually started the first time I was ever in a pool league was two foul.
Okay.
And I played with Rob and Amanda.
All right.
I had no idea what 9-ball was. I said, wait a minute, I can combo that 1 into that 9 and I win.
Yo, get it.
What is this?
And see, I never even
That's what
knew
made
what
me a
that
better
was.
9-ball player, Like,
yeah. But I'm just, and so, what I hope that what my whole thing was about doing this whole podcast thing, it was like, yo, I spend most of my time here. And we have all these crazy conversations. We talk about it a month between all the venues, from here to Open Table to
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, bro. We there. So it's like, I want
to
create it for
everywhere.
Yeah, because you do, and we're gonna get to this later. And I want you to speak on it, but I just want to welcome you, brother, again, bro. And like, this is, I feel like, you got a seat. You got a seat right here. And so, as again, we're growing this thing. I hope to get comments from you guys. Look me up on Instagram, The Corner, at IG. Look me up on Spotify. You can send messages there. Follow me. Make comments. I mean, bad comments is welcome, because I don't care. I got thick skin.
Any feedback.
Any feedback.
It's good feedback.
Any feedback. So
any publicity.
So Sarah just gonna sit right here in front of us and just eat.
She wants to run a couple of games, man. That's why she went and hit me up, and I was like, dude, I gotta go and visit the corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta visit the corner, bro.
I'll run a couple of racks with one of my favorite 3-3s in a second.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, and the merch coming soon. I'm telling you, I've been working on it.
I need a 2XL every
I've
color.
been working on it, yo. So anyway, since we have started this thing right now, we know tonight we don't have league, but with that, this is a new session.
Yeah, brand new session,
and it has changed, yo. Like,
within a matter of 5 weeks,
yo, like,
it is already.
We are
changed.
3 weeks in, maybe?
No, I think we're in week 5 actually.
Oh, we're in week 5.
We're in week 5. Because you can't double up anymore. The last week that you can double up is week 4, and we gonna talk about that.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Yeah.
No, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. We need to talk about it.
And we will.
So what I want to get your opinion, just like, talk about when you're approaching a new session, because the sessions, we don't have a lot of downtime between
you typically
one session to another.
You typically don't. So
usually, like, any wounds you're licking from the previous league, you carry them fresh into the new one.
Absolutely.
So how does that play into our strategy of how you're building your team, how you're doing, how are you making this team, how are you throwing up? Like, everything changes, I feel like.
Yeah, and it changes quick.
Like, you could have the same lineup, but it's like, all right, this person, like, you could have people on your team that moved up.
Mm-hmm.
You could have some that moved down. I mean, it's a, like, it just keeps changing.
There's things are subject to change at any moment. There was a time whenever I was a super strong 4-4, and that was actually whenever I had went and jumped on to the team that you were on Wednesdays with Joseph, Bill, Dylan was on the team at the time as well.
Yeah.
a few others that we could go and mention. But I mean, I was a strong 4-4, and Joseph, who was, I can't remember if he was the captain or not, but he would go and throw the matches.
Right.
And he would say, all right, Yvonne, get up there. First week, Yvonne, get up there.
And
I went up there, handle business.
I felt like that
So
was
it just,
it was a we had a like a it was very we had a comfortability of, hey, this is what we know we're gonna do.
Yep.
And but in the new session, when you're like doing the new session, does it? What is the kind of the focus? Are you like, all right, this is where we were crappy last week. Sorry about that, y'all. Is this where we were crappy last week or last session? How do we improve on it? Like, what are we doing? Like,
really, it's just a matter of, it's trying to hold your teammates accountable, whether or not you're a team captain,
yeah,
or if you're just a role player in it all. But at the end of the day, the entire 8-man roster is all role players.
yes,
It's a matter of trying to bring everybody together, because it's not a solo sport. This isn't wrestling. This isn't anything else where you can not go and just only point the blame to yourself. It's a matter of everybody else coming together. You got to be on the same page of, hey, just go out there and get me to the hill. Get you to the hill is to where you only need to go and win one more match, but you're guaranteed 1 point in the APA format. So let's say your entire race is to 4.
Yeah.
Like for me, as a 5, I have to go to 4. Typically, I have to go to 4. If I get to 3, that's me being on the hill. I'm guaranteed 1 point. There's times whenever it's like, hey, bro, just do me a favor, go get to the hill. And as soon as you go and get to the hill, here goes whoever that you're talking to on the side that's like, all right, you did that. Let's try to go and finish it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Go get me one more, whether it be a 3-0, whether it be a 2-0, whether it be a 2-1.
Oh, yeah.
Just go finish it off for me.
So how important is it? So, man,
morale is important.
I didn't even have all this in my notes, man. You don't open up some whole different stuff. We gonna chop it up, yo. So y'all, hey, we about to get loud tonight. So you said something. You said that the APA teams is eight players.
8 players max.
But you only play 5 matches.
5 out of the 8 people. And the skill cap is at 23, so that's where your strategy comes in.
How is it? But how do you explain to players? Because this is a thing that keeps coming up, where people get butthurt, man. Like, if I don't play every night, if I don't play X, Y, if I don't play 8 and 9 every night, because I know this.
Yeah.
When you're going into Tri-Cup, playoffs? Let's start with playoffs.
We start with playoffs because that's
playoffs. Like, that's a shift, because the whole atmosphere and the energy changes. Because we've been having fun, we've been sitting around, we've been out there
for the entire 15 weeks, and now here it comes down to whether I'm in first, second, third, or drawing a wild card.
And think if I'm a wild card or something.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Listen, I've personally never drawn wild card.
You've never drawn wild card?
As a team, all the teams that I've played for, I've never drawn wild card. I've been in plenty of first place teams, not to brag or anything like that, and I'm really not, because
he's your favorite 5-5.
But the thing is, and the fact of the matter is, when you're playing a wild card team, they know they're not supposed to be there, because they could be from 4th place all the way up until last place. There's certain divisions where that last place is 6th place. There's certain divisions where that last place is 13th.
Yeah. You
can have really deep divisions. You can have really small divisions. But that wild card team, at the end of the day, hey, we got here. We're hungry. We lost our last on Thursdays. We were dominating the entire 8-ball division on Thursdays.
Yeah, y'all were.
Dude, hey, we were like 20 points ahead of 20 points ahead of 2nd place.
Yeah, y'all were very, very
We walked in there like, oh yeah, chests all pumped up and whatnot.
Yeah.
One of the best teams in that division, who just had really bad luck, ended up drawing wild card. And what did we do? We couldn't finish it. We couldn't finish it. Me and the team captain, we sat there just not necessarily pointing fingers, but we were like, man, where did we go wrong? For 15 weeks.
Sometimes it
happens. Killed it. And then the one night, because of the atmosphere, because of the morale that came down with it, because we weren't, first and foremost, we between me and the team captain, we were not being ourselves.
Right.
We were too focused.
And that
We started being harder on the people that we were calling timeouts on for whatever reason.
that being a captain thing, man, that's important. Like who your captain is and how they are and their mentality and how long they've been playing and understanding the game.
You got to understand your players too, because again, like I had said just a few moments ago, it's a team sport. It's all a matter of points. You could sit there and get a 3-0, Gary.
Yep.
You could get a 3-0, right?
Yep.
Let's say the rest of your team right here doesn't even get 2 points. Maybe if you get one, that's still a loss for the night, bro.
Been there.
It's a team sport.
Been there.
You can't just turn around and say, well, I did my job. And I've said that plenty of times whenever I've been in a bad mood.
Yo, so
I did my job. Forget about it. I did my job. Nope.
So at the end of
sport, bro.
So at the end of a session, so say we end the session. Maybe you made it to playoffs, maybe you didn't. It had been a while since I had been to Tri Cups or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was a thing where, what do we do next? Like it was like, oh, I'm gonna take this person off the team. I'm gonna do this and do that and blah blah.
Shoot.
I'm like, do you have to do that? Do you even have to go that far?
Man, sometimes it really is necessary, whether it be that person isn't a good fit for the team anymore, whether it be that person's productivity just isn't where it used to be, whether that person just moves up and you can no longer afford them.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that kind of thing is actually very necessary. And there's times whenever the player is just like, well, you know, I've got things going on in my life. I got a guy that just went and texted me about my Sunday saying, hey, shouts out Billy, I love him to death. He said, hey, man, I'm starting my own business right now.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't guarantee that I can be there all the time. So I don't want to hold up a spot on your team. I love playing for you, but you can just go ahead and drop me.
And
the funny thing about that is, I ain't dropping.
Because
I won't.
So here's something crazy. Like, so we have some bullet points and topics to talk about, but as stuff comes up, this is a free form, yo.
Just gonna keep bouncing.
We're gonna keep it bouncing. So this is what I want to know: how do you break up with a teammate, or kick them off your? How do you do that? Hey, how do you?
That's really familiar.
I work at the bar down the road.
No.
Yeah.
Have I seen him in church?
No.
No?
Why
do you look so familiar?
I've got a doppelganger running around.
Don't go down.
He's got a friendly face.
It could have been another place some other time.
It could have been.
But we don't go to that one then.
Could have been.
Or it could be a Facebook post.
Yeah,
it might be.
It might have been
Facebook. It might be Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, especially with me. It could have been.
Yeah, that could be what it is.
All right. That's what I love about doing this live.
Oh, yeah.
Is that people just stop over here and they don't care. She looked like she had a couple.
Which is fair.
I mean, it's Memorial Day.
It's a 4-day weekend. It's raining outside.
Oh, my
God. Ain't nobody at the pool. Ain't nobody
God.
really grilling outside as far as I know. So, I mean, why not stop in the JJ's?
Why not stop in the JJ's?
Just bring it right
$3.50 wells, $10 pool, unlimited.
But so with your question, how do you break up with a teammate?
Or like what I'm saying, like when you say it's time for you to no longer be on the team, like what does that conversation look
You know
like?
what? That's something I'm still trying to figure out. That's something I'm still trying to figure out because there's been times whenever I'm like, oh,
bro,
man,
it's almost like being with the girl.
Gotta go.
It's almost like being with a girl and you're like, man, we have a good time. And
No, look, I've sat there and been like, it's not you, it's me.
Yes.
Whenever I want to go and leave a team.
Okay.
But as far as giving somebody the boot, that's tough. Business is business.
Business is business.
At the end of the day, you know.
I think this is what I'm gonna title. This is what I'm gonna title this episode. It's business is business. But that's a real thing though, because that happened, and I'm thinking about it now because especially. So let's get in. Like we really gonna hit the. Let's hit it. The league split.
Yeah.
And I had a team that left this side to go to another side of Tarrant County. Like,
yep.
What do you think would you say is the benefits or lack of benefit of doing that? Because now it shrinks the size of tri cups. So it does it
Not
not
yet.
necessarily.
Not yet, actually.
Well, not yet, but in
Not
the
yet.
future.
Yes, in the future it does.
So it increases your opportunity of making it to worlds. So
Mhm.
when we're talking about tri cups, we're talking about we have a league session, we do playoffs, and
Mhm.
from playoffs you go to what they call triannuals, or we
Yes.
call tri cups, and then
Triannuals, tri-cups,
from tri cups you go to world qualifiers.
and some call that cities.
And yeah, I heard people call that cities. I'm like, why would y'all call that cities?
Whatever it may be.
Yeah,
Regardless, it's boom, 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 Vegas.
yeah. So like we said, this weekend is the tournament before Vegas.
Mhm.
Well, the
For
next
eight
two,
ball.
yeah. Well,
For
the
8 ball.
next 3 weekends are very hot. The next 3 weekends, you got
two,
8 ball,
it's 2 in a row. They
you got
take a
9
week
ball,
off.
and then you got Aloha.
Yeah,
That's going.
but
Well, that's going to Hawaii.
Yep, but there's a split between the 9 ball and the Aloha
Okay.
Challenge.
All right.
So it's 2 more weeks. This following weekend,
Gotcha.
the weekend afterwards, we get another week off the same way that we got
Okay.
this weekend off, and then we have the Aloha Challenge. That's
Yeah.
coming up.
The Aloha. So it's
I'm
like
looking forward to that one, man. I'm
the Aloha
really
Challenge?
looking forward to it. I know you've got a team that's
man.
qualified twice.
I ain't even trying to brag. I'm playing like the next 3 weekends that they have anything. So
Proud of
I'm
you.
like,
Proud of you
yo,
for it, man.
I've just been.
You've shaped up to be
I've
a
been.
top tier shooter.
I've been grinding, bro. Like, but my teams have, the my one team. Shout out Shake and Bake. I know Chaz always get on me because I
Love
never
Chaz.
shout out.
Love Chaz.
She gets so mad at me because I don't shout them out enough.
Shout out Chastity. Shout out Chastity.
Shout out Wes.
Shout out Wes. Shout out their daughter Abby, even though she ended up quitting their team.
Did she quit?
She claimed it was because of her work schedule.
I thought she. Oh man, look.
I'm just giving her hell.
This some other
She
stuff
ended
that
up
I
having to
got.
leave
This
because of her work schedule.
I'm gonna make this a clip and post it straight to my Facebook and Instagram so she hear it. So she hear that because this is some stuff I didn't even know, yo.
Yeah. Well, Chastity's on my Sunday team.
Right,
actually.
right, word.
So I mean,
word.
Chastity's family to me, the same way she's family.
Yeah.
To me,
Oh man.
me and Wes will sit here and BS all the time.
Yo, this. Anyway, I ain't gonna try to get unfocused. But so new session,
New session.
we off.
Yep.
New strategies. What did you do? You because I think you are a captain on yours, right?
Yeah, I'm a captain on my Sunday.
So
There's times whenever I'll play the captain role on other teams. I'm not.
You did that on ours when you were on my Wednesday.
There were times whenever I felt like I had to because either Joseph was focused on 8 ball or 9 ball, or he was in the middle of playing, and I wanted to kind of give him a break from it all. Granted, me as a 5, it's not recommended that a 5 would go and call some timeouts, but I was the next skill level up with him being a 7-8. So, I mean, hey,
I think sometimes
I'm a different set of eyes. Let me call this timeout over here.
I think and we've talked about it before. It's like how you relate to the shooter, how your relationship, like you got to be able to communicate, and then you pay attention to how they shoot. Not saying that the number one, the top captain doesn't, but if you are like, look, I've shot with this person, I know what they can do, I know what they're afraid of.
Yeah. And even then, whenever I'm calling a timeout, I'll yell it across the bar, hey, timeout. And it may sound a little aggressive, but as soon as I walk over there and I'm talking to whoever my shooter may be, hey, what are you comfortable with?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about kicking it down over that way or doing this and that. Okay, well, here's where you would land if you hit it like this, that. And granted, look, mind you, we only have a minute. We have a minute to talk about all this. So I try to go and hear them out over what they feel is comfortable.
Right.
But I'll turn around and be like, well, personally, this is what I would do, and I would hit it like this.
You know what's crazy?
I love your idea, but this is how I would go and hit it, just because I know my cue ball is going to land right there. Aim down on it, go and put my finger right there. Hey, you got it, you got it, you got it. All right, lift it up, fire at it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about timeouts in another episode, and I hopefully, like I said, this is my plea to get this brother to remain constant and kind of be a sidekick, be a brother to me. So
whenever you need somebody to come out and do it, if I'm free, I will.
That's the
will.
thing though. This dude is so like he worked and he
Work.
shoot
I shoot too
so
much.
many times.
During the intro, whenever you were introducing me, I didn't even think about saying how many nights I shoot every
Yeah.
night except for Fridays and Saturdays.
When I tell y'all, this is not just
Every
this ain't no
night.
this is not a regular. I mean, it's a regular hobby, but when people get into this,
Yeah.
we get into it.
It's a black hole.
It's expensive.
That too.
I'm gonna talk about the terrace one episode.
Oh man. Leave Naomi alone.
Yo, it ain't just her. It's not just her. It's everybody, yo. Everybody, the prices went up. And it's again, we here at JJ's, man, and you'll see some of what they got. They have 8-foot tables. They got 9-foot tables. They got 7-foot tables. So if you want to come out and just shoot and have a good time, man, I recommend you come out here. It's good people here. I mean, it's a lot of. They got the jukebox going. It's crazy because they got Sade playing. And I'm like, look, who knows Sade in here? But I know who it is that's playing, and yeah, you would never know. So anyway, we're gonna get into it again. World qualifiers, cities this weekend
This coming weekend.
at
They want to
Fats.
change it to 3 nights over at
3
Fats.
nights.
I've personally never been to Fats. Well, it's 3 nights for 8 ball. They're starting that at 7.
Yeah.
I think 7 o'clock. But the captain's meeting for
What's the captain's
all the rules just to go and reinforce everything.
So what I'm curious about is I haven't
Is
seen a
that
bracket.
6. No, they put the brackets out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they put the brackets out on last Friday actually because I've got a team captain that I used to shoot with on Mondays before we disbanded that team. He went and added me onto his team out of Arlington on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez, fantastic
Oh,
shot,
yeah.
fun dude to be around. Loves to party, knows when to hey, come on, we got to get it together. Y'all think that I'm bad whenever it comes down to me being mad after my team loses or I lose. This man will light a fire. I feel like I kind of picked that up from him. But no, I saw that one of his teams, I think it's his Tuesday team actually, that plays out of Waterhole. One of his teams that made it to World Qualifiers is playing. Well, they got a bye actually.
Okay.
And within that bracket, I know 2 of the teams that he would go and have to play afterwards, depending on who wins out of that. And I shot him a little screenshot of it, and I said, hey, I'm not going to lie to you, brother. Look out for this one guy right here. This 7 right here, he is a 7.
Yeah.
He is a shooter. Not going to name drop. Not going to say what team it may be. But I told him straight up, hey, look out. He gave me a little bit more, some of his feedback.
Yeah.
He said, well, I may just go and do this and that. And I'm like, hey, look, it's your team.
Do what you want to
Just
do.
letting you know. I know these people over here because I shoot this spot, that spot, that spot. This guy right here is a shooter.
Because you have I mean, it's not a luxury, but it's what you chose to do. You shoot on this side, and then you shoot in
expensive
that.
advantage. I'll put it that way.
But you shoot in the Hearst Euless area.
Yeah. So on my now on my Mondays, out of this new session for the summertime, I have a 9-ball only team. This last week, we got a clean sweep. We got them good. We got them good. So that's another patch in the bag.
Another patch coming.
Patch in the bag.
And I heard that the patches are coming on time.
Oh yeah. With the new LO. Speaking of the new LO, out of his region on Tuesdays,
Oh yeah.
I shoot out of the Horny Toad right down the street.
Okay.
Wednesdays is now
Well,
out of Arlington.
well, we have
Thursdays
beef
is
on
down here.
Tuesdays.
No, we ain't got beef on
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays,
I'm gonna say my little something. But at the end of the day, we're still family.
yeah, we still family.
We're still
man.
family. That's my team. That's your team. We all still family.
And really, it's crazy because it's a split of what was one team.
Yeah.
That multiplied into 2, which I honestly think
that
is
was
a good
the
thing.
original team that I was on.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the original team that I was on, that I started with, technically wasn't even the original team that I had started with. That was a team with Keith Akins.
What?
Keith Akins on Tuesdays out of JJ's. A team called TKO.
Oh my god.
TKO that used to
Oh, I remember TKO.
always go. They would
yeah.
always go to Tri-Cups, World Qualifiers, all that. Well, Rick was the one to go and throw my name out there and be like, hey, y'all need somebody that's going to go and show up.
That's
He
gonna
will.
be.
He'll start off as a 3-3. He'll be a solid 3. He might move up to a 4, but I mean, he's coachable.
Oh man. I mean, how
Started off
fast?
with
How
that.
fast did you even move up? Like,
Dude, by my second full session in, at the end of that session, which is what screwed us out of that Hawaii Invitational tournament, I had moved up to a 5.
in that.
I moved up to a 5,
And
and
see,
and
dog,
that's really because I just wasn't established. I mean, I was shooting good on a
Yeah.
7-foot table. When I got to the 8-foots, I was a little scared for whatever reason.
and the crazy
It
part
don't
is,
matter to me now.
just like with this week with being world qualifier,
Mhm.
I wonder how many players are in that same kind of jeopardy of I'm on the borderline of moving up,
Mhm.
and you can move up in the middle of a tournament,
Oh yeah,
and that can
Oh, yeah.
throw everything off.
I've moved up in the middle of singles. As soon as I landed with a bye for my singles
Uh-huh.
8-ball. I landed with a bye. I was at the bottom of the bracket. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm at the bottom.
Yeah.
Big whoop-de-doo, right? I didn't realize being at the bottom means you're more subject to move up if you win.
Right.
So I'm at the bottom with the bye, which means I'm at the very, very bottom, which I don't want to pat myself on the back. That means I'm at the very top. Well, because I had that bye and I'm sitting here watching everybody shoot within my bracket, I'm kind of catching nerves.
Yeah.
Well, I watched this one guy shoot. Turns out that guy is the guy that I ended up having to play. About
Okay.
45 minutes go by. I go, when I play him, I barely beat him. Hill. We both got a 4-4 race. We both have 3. I barely beat him. He miscues, scratches.
And
I got an easy 3-ball run out. I
Uh-huh.
go and get it. I go shake his hand. I said, dude, I did not deserve that. I said, man, that's all good. I hope to see you whenever I fight my way through the back end, right? At the time, the league operator calls me over about 30 minutes later. Hey, you moved up to a 6. I said, what? In a 5 bracket, I moved up to a 6. What did I do? I talked myself through it.
Yeah.
First match in a 5-4 race, talked myself through it. Hey, just go win.
I mean,
Win that first
happens.
match. Win that first match, and then you can breathe. Now it's an even race, and you ain't got nothing
And
to
you ain't
worry
gotta worry about.
I fought my way all the way through. I was about 2 matches shy of getting a solo trip to Vegas. But I was also kind of mentally gassed out because I'd been there the whole day. Unfortunately, the guy that I was playing, who I will not name drop as well, was a Collin County player that
You know the county though. Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, no, I remember his name. I never want to play him again because if I do, I will show you why I should be a 6.
Yo.
We gonna make it hurt.
So what you saying is you're on the road to being the 6th now.
Yeah, man, and I got to slow it down a little bit because with my my Scotch doubles for 8-ball, I'm playing with the 5.
That's what I'm saying. You play so much that you're gonna have the stats and the numbers that's gonna automatically.
My total matches are somewhere around almost 500. To be honest with you, and I've only been playing since about 2022. Whenever I started with one team.
So what? So with world qualifiers in mind,
Yeah.
What would you suggest to say either a team captain or that player that is on the cusp? Because we all know when you're on the cusp.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, what would you say going into this weekend? You know, it's a lot on the line. It's it's gonna be a win.
Mm-hmm.
Either you win and come back through, because this is one that you're gonna have a losers bracket.
Yeah.
And you can come back. And this is to go to Vegas.
Yep.
So all of that, like for your mental.
Only advice that I could say is, I mean, don't treat it like any other night because there is a little bit of higher pressure into it, right?
All right.
But shoot your heart out. Don't worry about sitting here, oh, I got to let him win one for, there's sandbaggers that are out everywhere.
Yeah.
I'll joke about me being a sandbagger. I'm just a little inconsistent. I can shoot and I'll wake up. I
don't know if it's a joke.
Anyways. Shoot your heart out, dude.
I'm going to say.
At the end of the day, if I move up to a 6,
you just a 6.
and my team ends up going to Vegas, maybe I won't play in Vegas. I'm still getting a trip to Vegas.
I tell you that.
I can still go out there.
Bro, what is that? Like, and that's my thing. I tell people, if I don't play at all and we make it to Vegas, I still go. I don't care.
Listen, my man,
I've
I've said it plenty of times to a lot of the teams that I'm not even captain on that have gotten mad about not playing. And that's to reroute back to the question you had asked a minute ago. You're not going to be mad when you're on a plane ticket or you're on a plane ride to Vegas. You're not going to be mad whenever you see that plane ticket to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Why are you over here tripping right here? Why are you tripping right now?
But it happens so
It happens often.
much.
It happens often. And in a sense, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because it shows their hunger, their drive to shoot. It shows that they want to be a part of the win when it comes down to it.
True.
You know, and I can never hate on that. But at the same time, what I feel like I have to go and say is play your role. Everybody on the team has a role. All 8 of us, we
Right.
have a role. We are all equally a part of this. That 12.5,
Mm-hmm.
we need all of us there to go and make that 100.
But what I would say is this: is that if you are, and if anybody listening to this, if you are that person that gets salty, and it's one of them people that are like, look, I should have played and I could have won this and that, you are putting undue pressure on your teammate that's going up.
Absolutely.
Because we hear that.
Mhm.
Like, I know I was on a team and I quit it, and I always joke about it. I quit a team because it was made of nothing but couples, and I was the only single person on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't an advertising for me to get numbers, but shout out.
I'm in the streets and I'm happy.
I'm happy. Yo, but what I'm saying is, I would hear when the spouse didn't get to play,
Mhm.
and I went up, and I would hear them like, and then I would see the tension between them two, and so it would do something. It would put pressure on me. Well, I'm like, bro, they just called me to play.
It's an unwanted situation that nobody really wants to go and be in, but that's also a level of maturity given not just the team members, but I mean how they are as people outside of league. You know, and that's something
Talk
that you
about
also
it.
have to you got to take into consideration whenever you're
Talk about, I
picking.
got it. Good shot.
That's something you gotta take into consideration whenever you're picking up somebody on your team. You know,
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, they're a good shot, but when they get mad that they either lost or didn't play, are they going to be able to handle a loss? Do I need to go and leave them alone and give them a good 10 minutes to kind of ponder over that process? Or
Yeah.
can they go and swallow their pride and be like, hey, you know what, good game, and shake their hands? Man, last night, actually, during my Scotch doubles match,
Talk about it.
we had a makeup match, right? Well, whenever we're sitting here and we're playing our first match, like the one that was actually scheduled, I got rolled by a 7, which I should. I only got 1 game on. So he beat me 2-0. We ended up tying up the
Now, Scotch doubles, do y'all play? It's not, y'all play a singles match and then y'all play.
yeah. So I play player 1. Player 1 plays player 1. Player 2 plays player 2, and then you come
Then
back
y'all
in the
play-
middle, and then you play Scotch doubles. So we ended up tying the end of that match 4-4, and then the people that were sitting there waiting on us got up whenever we had finished, and then we had gotten started, right? So I'm playing a 5.
Right.
I rolled this 5 because I was mad about losing to that 7. Number one was that not, any points that I got. And I didn't even get to the hill. I just needed one more ball or one more 8 ball to go and get to the hill, and I guaranteed 1 point, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a patch either. I wanted another IB to 7 patch. I was trying to get number 6 in the bag.
You get an IB to 7 patch on Scotch
Oh
doubles?
yeah.
I
If you
did.
play your singles,
Okay.
singles on that.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's why I picked the 7. I
tell
wanted to
y'all,
go and
I'm
get that
still
patch
learning.
off of.
I'm still learning. I'm just
I'm
doing
waiting
a
on a few
podcast.
patches so I can go and get a few signatures. I got one that's supposed to, and he's a good buddy of mine, David Ibarra. He's a good buddy of mine. Whenever I got down on the 8 ball, I said, "Hey, you gonna write me a love note on this one?" Or we just sitting there chopping it up, right?
Yeah.
Back to me playing the 5 though. So
Yeah.
I roll him.
Yeah.
I roll him. 15 innings, 4 games. Had to play a couple of defenses on him because it was necessary, and I was like, okay, well, we need the points. We need the points. I have to guarantee that on my end over here, I get my 3 points, and hope to God that my teammate over there, if she needs a timeout, she'll feel confident enough to call it, even in the middle of my shot. Like, don't worry about me whenever I'm shooting.
Right,
I'm going to handle
right.
mine. Let me get it. Well, I rolled it. Right. We come back over here for Scotch doubles. They win the first match. Now, because they were a 5-3 team, he's a 5, she's a 3, that made them an 8 to where they only had to go and win 3 matches to go and win, right? Now, with me and my partner, we're 5-5, so that's 10. So it was a 3-4 race. It's a 3-4 race. They won that first match. I turned around, I looked at my partner, I said, we're not letting them do that again. So we're not letting them do that
And
again.
I know,
said,
I know your
I don't care
partner,
what
so
you're
I
thinking.
know she listens.
I don't know what you think. I don't care about what you think, and we are not letting them
She
do that
got
again.
the same killer instinct like you do.
They needed 2 at that point. We still needed 4. I said, hey, let's try to even it up. We're not letting them do that again. Win that first one.
Yep.
All right, cool. Our morale is building up. Theirs is kind of, long story short, we go and get to the hill. They still needed 2 more. Oh boy, miscues because he's in such a bad mood. I get a ball in hand, bink, set her up perfect, bink. I get on the 8 ball, boom. I turn around, try to shake his hand and say, good game.
Yeah. He wasn't doing it.
Didn't even acknowledge me.
He wasn't doing it.
Didn't even. Okay, well, that's cool. I'm sorry. You didn't get any points, brother. I'm sorry. You personally did not get any points. You got none.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying as far as like, how are you going to go and handle a loss?
But
You should be able to sit there. Whenever I got rolled by that 7,
Yeah.
I turned around as mad as I was. Hey, good game, bro.
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
It is what it is.
That's what's gonna happen this
Win, lose.
weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be the ebbs and flows of what
Mhm.
goes on. Like
Oh, yeah.
you gonna some people that you would think should win
Mhm.
aren't.
There's going to be a whole lot of sleeper teams that are out there.
Yeah.
Whole lot of sleeper teams. Where did
And-
this guy come from? Why is he shooting like this? What do you mean that he's this skill level? He should be one higher. And that's all opinionated.
Bro, and we're playing.
All
in
these
a
LOs
different-
have to hear about it,
but we're playing in a different location than normal.
which I feel like is a good thing, though.
The-
Because with everything being over at Waterhole, I've shot at Waterhole plenty of times.
Well, this is that
with
facts.
everything being at no, I'm talking
Okay,
about
yeah.
beforehand when it
Yeah,
came down
yeah.
to tri-cups, everything being at Waterhole, I've shot at Waterhole. A lot of these HEB players play at Waterhole.
True.
That's home field advantage. With it being over at Pockets, when I first got to Pockets, I was so uncomfortable with it.
Mm.
And then I joined the Monday team out of Pockets. So
Now
every
you-
time that I went to Pockets for tri-cups, whenever we held it there, I was fine. It didn't matter to me. I would sit there and give pointers out to everybody else. You remember whenever we went to Waterhole for
Oh
tri-cups?
yeah.
And I said, Garrett, get on this table, practice with me for a rack
you
or
and I
two.
shot. Yeah.
I said,
you and
hey,
I shot.
everything,
Yeah.
keep it nice and easy. Everything's
Yeah.
pocket speed. You can go and cheat the pocket, right?
And that worked because I didn't lose a match.
You were
When I was
lights
there.
out that
So-
day.
So
And
I
I'm
mean,
glad that you went and thrived off
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
But I had a buddy Rick, actually, my team captain on Tuesdays. He had said something about how, we had went and lost and he was blaming the tables and this and that. I said, all right, brother, let me put it to you in this sense. I said, let's different world, right? Instead of all of us going over there to the HEB area,
Yeah.
let's say that everybody came down over here. How confident would you feel shooting at JJ Dakotas?
Mm.
Man, I'd shoot lights out at JJ Dakotas.
Mm.
That's all it is, man. I said, you're
And that's
in foreign
crazy.
territory, but at the same time,
It's
you
the
don't have
same
to worry
tables
about
though,
the
right?
table. JJ's is 8 foot, almost.
But like JJ's have
Yeah.
like the 7 foots that JJ's have because
Yeah.
they have to play on
Same
Thursday nights. So
thing,
it's the
bro.
same tables when
It's
we went
all
to
environmental.
Waterhole.
It's all environmental. And that's what I had to point out to him. I
Yeah.
said, dude, it's environmental. That's it. If it was somewhere that you were comfortable shooting, maybe you could have shot better. Maybe you didn't. At the end of the day, you're trying to blame it on that venue's tables.
Yeah.
It's environmental.
That's it.
That's all it is. Because it's a little farther from home, you don't feel comfortable shooting here. It's environmental.
It's just
Get
mentality.
out of your head. Get out of your head.
Yeah.
You're not playing whoever you're
No.
playing. You're playing the table. You're playing the balls on the table, especially for 9-ball. We
Right.
are both playing the same balls. You're playing the balls on the table. I could play a safety on you with just one ball on the table. Let it be that 9-ball. You left me bad. Okay, cool. I'm going to go and push my cue ball over here to that end. And that 9-ball's coming right over here, and it's going to be lined up as best as I can go and leave it. If I got to work for it, so do you, buddy.
Exactly. But, shouts out to all the people that's playing this weekend. I mean,
Absolutely.
I
There's
hope
so
to-
many teams
I'll
there.
probably,
and
it's
it's too many that I could root
Yeah.
for.
we'll drop this. We'll drop this episode before Friday. I'll probably drop it Thursday so
Okay.
that if we want to take part and listen to it.
Mhm.
But I should have gotten a bracket and went through the bracket to talk about teams.
I mean, I can look it up real quick if you want.
Yeah,
me
if
to.
you got time to look
I'll
it up.
pull it
And see, this is why I gotta have my boy as a sidekick with me because I need somebody to help keep me
We
in
gotta
line.
have it.
Again, we are here, JJ Dakotas. This is home base. I intend for this to move around to different venues, to different areas that we all play in. And that was it. And again, I want you guys to know that this isn't my platform. This is a platform that I hope that everybody engages in. I hope that people will send me topics. I hope that people will give me honest feedback. Be like, yo, don't talk about that no more. Or that's trash or that's whack.
Because all that is important.
Yeah.
All of that is important. It's a matter of what the viewer wants to hear, what the viewer wants to, but this is, indulge in.
I feel like this is all conversation that we've had amongst each other at some point or time.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it just like, I was like, every time I come to the pool spot or to the bar or wherever, I'm talking about league, or I'm talking about a tournament, or I'm talking about a particular player, or I'm talking about a particular rule, or this and that. And I was like, man, this is some stuff I feel like people need to hear on there.
It's real life things. It's local too.
Yeah,
and that's
and
what
it's
makes
local.
it best,
Yeah, I ain't talking about nothing that's happening in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
As far as the brackets go, I think that one got deleted.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That got deleted because I swear I did go and see it on Friday. I've got the text thread with my buddy Alex.
What they were supposed to do, they were supposed to release it, and then I think some communication stuff is going on. And like I said, and this is the parody that's going on right now.
Yeah.
With this whole league split thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is up in there.
You would think that it would go and make it easier for the one that for Naomi, the one that had all of Tarrant County. You think it would go and make it easier, but in a sense, it really doesn't.
I think that while she's that handoff, and like I said, I will say this: people, let's all give some grace for all of the handoff things in the Instagram, because my app is crazy.
Absolutely,
like my stats are all gone.
There's so many different things that the both of them have to, and by the both of them, I mean Naomi and Joe, as well as our new league operator, Robert, and his wife. There's so many different things that they have to go and mess with, as well as check back with when it comes down to nationals. And, as far as him having to grow, the 50 teams, that's a mandatory thing, He's got to go and do that. And I fully believe that he will.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's personable. He knows what he's doing. That man is a shot.
Hey,
that man is a good shot.
If you
I played him. I played him already, and
you got it.
I was talking my mess, and I was like, "Oh yeah, man, let's." You want the smoke? I said, "Sir, I am the smoke," and he showed me smoke.
Look at it, this dude already got fans. Like just come in all the time.
We're having a good time. We're on a podcast.
We're
doing the thing.
That's why I got this guy, man. I gotta start tagging in this stuff. But what I'm saying is, he's a great guy, and I got a video up right now of him playing one of our favorite 6'7s that called him out. He played Joseph.
Joseph ain't a 6'7", he is 7'8", bro.
Well, 7'8" then.
How did that go? Because I didn't even get a chance to go and see.
You ain't see that? Go, hey,
did he roll him?
Go on my Instagram.
Did he roll him? He rolled Joseph.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
Let's say that.
I was gonna say.
But what I will say is this: the league operator called Joseph out.
The LO called out Joseph.
He called him out, and I said, "What do you know about this guy?" He said, "Well, I know he talk a lot." But he sat here on this platform and said he want the smoke.
Yep.
He said anybody want it can get it.
Anybody that wants it can get it. I just want to be the first one to get an LO patch off.
Well, you're not gonna get it because Screen got it.
Screen got it.
Yep.
Lucky. He got lucky. Screen got lucky.
Screen got it, and we was sitting there.
I wanted that signature saying.
And the bad part was he knew it. He was like, I still owe Screen a patch and da da da. I was like, oh, you legit, dog.
And he is.
You legit. He's
100%.
a good guy. So again, I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to see what he does. I saw that he was over here talking about how he wanted to hold more tournaments at least once a month for APA as far as lower skill levels, because as you're growing teams with new people that have not shot before, granted you are going to start off as a 3-3 unless you're already known as a higher skill level, whether it be Fargo or I've seen this guy at a tournament before, maybe start him off as a 4-4 or 5-5 kind of thing. Yeah, I'm excited to see how far it goes.
Yeah.
No DJing. No DJing.
Oh,
Podcast, yeah.
You're on it now. Welcome to the corner.
Shouts her
I'm
out.
gonna start giving people shirts to be like, yo, shouts out to the corner whenever you step in front of the camera. I guess if they knew it, but yeah, shout him out, bro. And again, good luck to everybody this weekend.
100%. Good luck to everybody.
I'm like, good luck to myself because it's been a while since I've been in
I
this
would
position.
say I'd love to come out there and support you, but dude, I'm not pulled out. I just need me a little break, before I have to be there for 9 ball the following weekend. So
I get it. But just shout out to those teams, man.
But speaking of 9 ball,
Oh god.
speaking of the new league operator,
Here we go.
how do you feel about what it happened? You know what? As a matter of fact,
Yo, run it up.
I'm sure you know what had happened, right?
Nope, didn't hear it.
You didn't hear about what had happened?
No.
Well, I know you weren't there. You ended
Oh.
up having other things to do. But
What?
you guys, because it was the 4th week, ended up losing all of your points besides your bonus points because you doubled up on a player.
Really?
Now, you didn't break the 23 rule technically.
Yo, I didn't hear this.
You didn't hear about it?
No.
May I?
Yeah.
You lost all your points, brother, except for your bonus points. So you guys only got guaranteed 10 points. And the reason why, and it's a very, very uncommon rule. It's a very uncommon rule.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And that's the way that this new LO is. He's playing everything by the book. There's no bias.
Let's talk about
There's
it.
nothing.
Look, if it look like
nowhere
I'm
near
sick
around
right
it.
now, it's because I'm sick because I wasn't there. Are you talking about Tuesday?
I'm talking about your last Tuesday, bro. Your last Tuesday over at Tumbleweeds. It's another bar over here in Fort Worth. It's more on the north part of Fort Worth off of 820.
Yo, Wendy, shout out.
So because you played a 7, you played a 6, you played somebody else, and then you played my favorite 3-3 who's over here practicing right now. You played her twice because you could, and the team was okay with it.
Yeah.
You still broke that 23 rule because you're not allowed to double up a player if you do not have another player of that equal value. So because she's the only 3 on your team in 9 ball, you lost all your points.
Really?
That is a very uncommon rule.
That is, dog. That is like, so you telling me I got a whole team and I got 1-3, which is, I've seen teams like that.
Yeah.
That have 1-3.
No, yeah, it's very possible. You could run 4 5s and then 1-3.
But within the fourth week, when you are allowed to double up, we got penalized because that is a. Come on, man, we got to start it.
Let me tell you why though, because within those first 4 weeks right there, that's a strategy where it puts other teams at a disadvantage. Because you have that 7, because you have that 6, y'all could have ran that same lineup the first 4 weeks and just stacked up in points. Because you got that 7, you got that 6.
I'm just laughing because my team
weeks,
not
bro.
that strategic.
That was
just because everybody didn't show up.
Shouts out Marcus Mosman.
Yo,
he thought he was doing something with that. And had I known prior, I would have been like, hey, bro, that don't seem right. I'm pretty sure there's a rule about it. Now, I don't know the APA rule book like the back of my hand, but I do a little bit of research. If I'm spending all this money and time in the APA, I'm going to know what we can do.
Funny. And then I'm having to hear about it in real time. Yep.
Y'all did that.
Yep.
Y'all did that. Hey, all that work for what?
Well,
if y'all ended up getting a clean sweep, you're not getting no clean sweep no more.
Good thing we are in. Oh my God, I think, but it happens like that sometimes. It happens. So
that kind of thing happens, man. That's why it's important to know, especially as a team captain or somebody that's going to be, calling matches whenever your team captain's not around. Generally, for everybody that's on the team, if you have an active APA membership, it's very important to know the rules. You have to know the rules because there are going to be teams that do know the rules, and there's going to be certain people on certain teams that will only call out those rules whenever it applies to them. They won't do it when it comes down to you. Everybody's always trying to sit there. It's crabs in a bucket in this pyramid scheme that we got going.
This is a pyramid scheme, bro. This is
hey, look, at the end of the day, If it takes me to Vegas,
Good Lord. Man,
I could go to Vegas on my own. I just love to go to Vegas and shoot pool and then, win myself that little trophy, that little prize.
I'm so tight right
Yeah,
now,
what I
right,
mean.
man. Yo, this is aimed at this one is aimed at the league operator for doing the.
Excuse him for following rules.
Now
man.
you want to follow the rules?
Oh yeah, no. When I tell you he's coming in and he's holding it, he's holding everything to a
this is
standard.
Crazy.
There's no structure. If there's no structure, if there's no foundation, how do you expect to build?
This is mad crazy.
He wants
yo.
50 teams, right?
Yeah.
50 teams ASAP, and then hopefully 200. Come on, man.
I got. All right.
You got to hold people accountable. The word of the day is accountability, brother.
Now I'm salty. Now I'm salty. So I wanna wind this podcast up on a fun note. So I put in a note about pool fashion. And when I mean pool fashion,
I was a little confused when you put in that.
I know,
was like,
man,
"Gary, what
because-
we talking about shoes. We talking about how,
man, we ain't
how
talking-
some of these people be walking in crop tops, and I ain't talking about just women.
yeah.
My boy
Here.
Chico,
Here.
big old beard down to here.
Shout out to Cheeks.
He'll walk in with a crop top whenever he's shooting, and there's got to be some
You
rule
know what I'm
against
saying?
that.
Like, how does that? I mean, so here's what I've been doing. I used to get like nervous, like when I see somebody show up and they got a glove on,
Yeah.
they got the whole bag, the towel, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, they know what they about to do, bro.
I think they just care about their game.
Or I see a team show up, they all got the team fitted on the shirts.
Shirts.
And I ain't gonna
whatnot,
lie, I got a shirt for my Monday team. I don't even want to talk about much money.
yeah. We love a good cheerleading outfit.
I mean,
You got 8 people showing up in the same shirts. It ain't always necessary. It's a cool thing to go and do, especially if y'all go and make it to
Yeah.
Vegas. Like, yeah, we got some team shirts, man. We got the polos and what.
I've seen.
I'm guilty of it. I have teams where I have team shirts.
I've seen pool teams with shirts like they the University of Oregon, bro. Like they got different. They got home and away. They got an alternate fit.
Look, these new team shirts that I got out of the Arlington team that I'm on, they're Nike polos. So pretty expensive. They was like $80 a piece, and I got 2 of them. I sat there. I was like, "What do you mean I got to pay you $160 for 2 shirts?
Yo, it's just stupid.
I'm having sleep for dinner tonight."
Again, look, this is what we doing over here at the quarter, man. It's just silly stuff. We ain't, it ain't all. Well, it's all business, like you said.
Have you? Speaking of gloves, though, have you ever used a glove? Whenever
I
you
did.
shot? You did?
I used the glove at first
Okay.
because I thought it looked cool.
Because I
and it
did
made me
too.
look fake.
But
And then now I don't.
Okay. Now, why don't you? Is it because of the carbon fiber? Is it because you just kind of got used to it? Like, what's the deal with that? Let's pick Gary's mind for one.
Don't go there. For me, it was a thing where I didn't. I just it feels better without the glove.
Okay.
Like the glove, everything felt the same. Like I
What do you
couldn't
mean by
tell the difference. I couldn't tell the difference between my strokes. Pause.
What do you mean by that?
Pause. Yo, stop shooting good, yo. I couldn't feel the difference between each shot, yo. I
I feel
didn't
you.
know when
Okay.
I was going pocket speed or nothing. It was just like
Okay.
all, and maybe it was the carbon fiber when I switched to it. But now I'm like, even if I try, like I have 2 gloves somewhere, I don't even know where they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people do it, and it's just a comfort thing.
Okay.
I know some people do it like we're playing somewhere where it's humid or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't. For me, I don't think I would ever wear one again.
See, personally, that's how it was for me, though. Like,
Was
because there were times whenever it was my first couple of visits in here for Pool League
Okay.
at JJ's whenever I first started. And I was like, man, I need me a glove. There's no chalk that's around here like hand chalk. And I would never go crazy with the hand chalk.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't, just, and then throw it all over the table and whatnot, like how you see some certain bars do when they have the hand chalk.
Nobody
You ain't
has
gonna
hand talk anymore. Well,
No,
when-
so I went and used a glove. Well, I would sit there and I would reuse that same glove.
Yeah.
Multiple times. And eventually, and I didn't think that it was a cheap glove, but it started to rip on me. And I was like, forget about it. I'm going to just figure it out without the glove. And I felt like that just really went and improved my game. I never felt like a glove was necessary. I used the glove because I saw other people using it.
right. I mean, I think there's a benefit to it. I just
And
think
there can be.
I mean, if that's what you feel comfortable with, I mean, me, I'm
not
one
a
of the
glove guy
people
when I
when
shoot pool, man.
it was almost like when I played football. Though. I rolled up to the game and I seen somebody all spattered up with nice towel. And I was like, oh, this dude can play. Just like you think any brother with dreads can go. When I saw them shoot pool and they got a glove on, a nice shirt and all this stuff, I'm like, uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
And then
This man's trouble.
And then they be trash. I ain't gonna say they trash. But I just like
You almost made me hit the gunshot button.
no
again.
man, we leave I'm gonna take the gunshot button off, y'all. I feel like we
We out
done
here
too,
spraying.
we've done too much with the gunshot, yo.
That's what happens when you're having fun.
That's
man.
what it is, man. Look.
That's
Shouts
what happens
out.
when you in the corner.
Shouts out in the corner, yo. And if y'all really could see where we are in the corner.
We're in the corner of JJ Dakotas.
We
We
are
got everybody turning around looking like, hey, when you gonna come out and shoot a game with me or chop it up with me?
Yo,
We're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it
Yeah,
up.
we
right
wrapping
now.
it up, and we coming, yo. We coming out there. We want y'all to know that that's what it is, and but
I'll see you.
what I want to do,
I want to thank you for inviting me.
this is fun. We doing this together.
This was the beginning. We've sat here and talked about things.
Exactly.
Except we got the camera in front of us now. Now we got an audience. For those who decide to go and listen to us sit here and gap.
Hey,
I was going to sit here and get a break.
that was a good break. We sent you. Hey,
Good break.
thank you for just tuning in. Again, thank you for Levon. Well, this was nice, though. Give it up back in the corner. The side forward. To BC2. The hoop